Hey everyone, let's see how this works, huh? Wow, this has been quite a journey. I apologize in advance here if how this goes, but I'm hoping that it goes well because from all I can tell, it will. This is my first twitching, so um, actually I've twitched a lot in life, but this is the first time I've Twitch streamed with myself on camera. So a lot of this stuff, like I'm terrible at, but I think what you're in store for here is a really good product. Um, Golden Knights all-time team today versus the all-time Montreal Canadiens. This obviously, when I started this whole process of having 31 of the best teams of all time, we needed to put it into a way that we would have brackets so we could have 16 in the second round. So the top team that you guys picked all time was, of course, the Edmonton Oilers. So that team, well, of course, because it's debatable, but the Oilers got a bye. So this is the second ranked team, the Montreal Canadiens, versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Oddly enough, the two best teams in NHL history as far as winning percentage in the playoffs go. The Golden Knights have the best winning percentage in NHL history right now. If you guys, it's pretty crazy. I mean, they've only played a couple games, but they're way ahead of everybody else. So let's see how this goes. Truth be told, I have a couple times now simulated this to see how it would go, and Marc-Andre Fleury has made these games tougher than they should have been. Let me just say that much. So let's see where we play, how this plays out here as we go. I hope you guys really enjoy this, and let's get started, shall we? All right, here we go. So these lines and everything like that have all been put together by you, the readers and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. We're going to actually be launching here with a. Let me tweet this out actually for everybody. Why don't I do that too? I should tweet this out. Sorry, let me do that for everybody first. Tweet this out. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this is.
Just moments away from puck drop, both teams seem ready to go. The Canadiens start with possession as we are now underway. There's a shot.
All right, here we go.
Puck tight to his chest. And there's the whistle stopping the play.
Yeah, that would be Maurice Rocket Richard. So I love that EA did some of these things early this year. Did some cool stuff. Let's see how this plays out. That's Maurice Richard.
We got a penalty coming up here as the officials blow the play dead.
Oh, I tweaked up the fighting because, it would be too much fun not to be so we have to have fights. So yeah, we're going to have some fights. Some definite fights, I promise you that. So Mark Stone takes a penalty. You don't want to give these Canadiens a power play. So shut Lemaire Lafleur. Habs fan 1129 actually put these power plays together. So
Scoreless game, you go on the power play. You want to attack this. You can change the way the game looks in the next 2 minutes.
Gets it out of his own end. Montreal's got to hold it against the wall. Montreal's across.
All right, that two there, that would be Doug Harvey, one of the most famous, probably the most famous defenseman after Bobby Orr. I grew up watching Steve Shutt, of course. Jacques Lemaire, coach now. Yep. E. LaFleur, man. When I was a kid, he was everything. Boom, boom, Jeffrey on at the point. There's your first goal, kids. I believe that deflected in front. That would be your first goal. Yeah, Steve Shutt got that deflection in front. This is fun. This has been a lot of fun for me to put this together to this point. I'm really psyched about this. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. If not, I'm just the one enjoying this, but I'm fine with that because I've always wanted to see this. I've always wanted to see these kind of teams play each other. It's funny, one of the games I played, when I simulated this play, it was just the Knights got out to a 2-0 lead because Fleury was unbelievable. So remember, goaltending, goaltending is crazy. And goaltending can change things. So we have Beliveau, Richard, and Howie Moran's again out there to start. So we're 2 minutes in, and the Habs are up 1-0. That's Larry Robinson. Man, he was something else. He's the guy who basically stopped the Flyers' Broad Street Bullies from going on. to destroy everybody. Robinson just said enough. Started pounding them.
Passes right to the front, and that's broken up with a stick in front. Morenz setting up against the wall.
Canadians are ready for this one. I chose, by the way, some of you may have wondered why I chose the white jerseys for the Canadiens, because I'm still a believer that home should be white jerseys. That's my thing. Looks like the Knights are going to get a power play here, kids. Excellent. That's Larry Robinson just hacking at Mark Stone. Jeez. All right, so so we got the background there. The announcers. I hope they work okay. I hope you guys are liking this. Like I said, this is the first time doing it, so we're going to have lots of chances to do this again.
Smith's got it through the neutral zone. Responding close. Misses the net.
Not going to be happy with this. He's got the opportunity to score.
All right, it's the power play here. A chance to tie it up.
Quick pass to Stastny.
How about Jacques Plante in goal without a mask? Jacques Plante, of course, ironically invented the mask, but they put him in this game without a mask. Pretty good.
Back to the point it goes.
Dave Perron back on this team because this is again the best Vegas team ever put together.
Denies him with a save.
Big save by Plante.
Lots of time left in this period. We've got a 1-0 hockey game thus far. Carlson's won the face-off deep.
I think I should wear a hat. I should wear a hat because I look horrible.
Slides away from
Give me one
his crease down to play the puck. Vegas with possession in the
Now I feel like a YouTuber. Cool.
Great job by the shorthanded unit those last few moments as the penalty expires.
Not much.
There's Mantha. Mantha to Robinson out of the penalty box. Nice hit. Pacioretty, Larry Robinson. There's a future Canadian against a legendary Canadian.
Shuts him down.
Plante, man, big save. Big save. I like it.
Stop by the blocker.
That's going to be a penalty.
It's funny when you do this and you learn all about these players. Like I know a lot of them, but some of this fourth line of the Canadians played back in the 20s. Some of them. So this is like these are really old guys.
Going to give him 2 minutes to think about that one.
Yeah, you can argue for a few seconds, James.
We got a power play coming up again.
You already know at this point you're going to see now.
I would not give the Canadians power plays, Jonathan Marsh is so.
Another scoring opportunity looms here.
If your power play's successful, you can really take the wind out of the other guys. You've been successful all right with the man advantage. See if you can get another one.
Gets it out of his own end. Montreal's got a hold of it.
I will get better at this. I apologize. I'm trying to do a bunch of things at the same time here.
Taken along the wall by Miller. Jostling for the puck, but still moves away.
So honestly, it's only 1-0. 12 minutes in, the Canadians, I'd like to see LaFleur fight. So 97 of you guys out there watching, really appreciate it. Really do. Beliveau, man. Number 4 after, if you guys remember Vinny Lecavalier, number 4 because of Jean Beliveau. Maybe they'll play each other in this tournament. Harvey and Plante with a mix-up. There he is. People just don't know how good Harvey was. Moore was tiny but mighty. Oh. I tell you, Knights are 15 seconds away from killing off this power play. It's up. Oh, man. It's fun to watch these guys. They were the Flying Frenchmen when I was a kid, man. The Montreal Canadiens were everything when I was a kid. Really, everything. So those of you watching it, I really appreciate it because I haven't tweeted this out because I wanted to make sure it worked okay. So I'm not going to tweet this out till afterwards. Montreal's buzzing again. Jeff Ren's still out there.
Sends it quickly to Marchessault.
Oh, Marchessault, look out.
Has it against the half wall. Oh, what a
Whoa.
chance, and he puts it wide of the net.
Plant, man. Plant was the king. Plant's number one. Actually, you know, if you guys... Whoa, what a save. Oh, man. Shut LaFleur. You know how much Marc-Andre Fleury would love to stone shut and then LaFleur like that in real life? I'm going to send him a copy of that one. That's pretty amazing. Oh, we got a penalty, I think, I believe that's on Montreal. They're back, man. Yeah, this is Shutt who slashes Miller right there as he comes out of the boards. There's Steve Shutt. Steve Shutt was a killer. So I was saying before, Jacques Plante for Flyers fans, Bernie Parent was number one because of his idol, Jacques Plante. He's number one. This is the second power play. So far, I guess the Knights are 0 for 1, and the Canadiens are 1 for 2. Whoa! Good save by Plante. You got to beat Jacques Plante, though. You know, first of all, you got to beat the Canadiens, and at the end of the day, you got to beat Jacques Plante. Looking possessed, very possessed there, I'm gonna say. Hope y'all are enjoying this. I will do chats and things like that in the future, but I just am not coordinated enough to do all that yet. Best I can do now is sort of just comment on what's happening here. Halfway through this power play, James Neal killing it right now in the NHL. Back on the Vegas Knights for this tournament. I'm telling you, the Knights are... Oh, what a hit. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought that was a rough one. Yeah, that's we got a power... Oh, I thought that was going to be on Montreal. Riley Smith, man. Don't go after... They'll teach you to go after Larry Robinson. Now, there's P.K. Subban at the point for the Canadiens. Remember, part of the rule of this thing was that one player had to play for the team in the 2000s, and that would be P.K. Subban. A lot of teams don't have that problem. The Canadiens had that problem. They've got such a legendary team. We got some 4-on-4 here going on now. Yeah, for 17 seconds. Jacques Plante is looking stellar, as you'd expect from one of the most legendary goalies, Hall of Famers of all time. How about Joliot and Lalonde killing this penalty? Both those guys are very, very dead. Both are really, really old. Oh, man. Here comes PK. Back is the Montreal Canadiens. Good to see. Lalonde and Joliet both played way, way back. I learned more about them. And the funny thing about the Canadiens is that I think they both were number 4. As did Beliveau, as did Dick Moore. So it's just this crazy amount of players were number 4. So I had to kind of take some liberties there with the numbers. I gave it to Beliveau, though. You got to give it to Beliveau, as I see it. Montreal power play is coming to an end here. There's Stastny. This Richard to the point to Beliveau. Lapointe was a heck of a player, heck of a defender. He's on the third line defensive pairing on this. Larry Robinson was just ridiculous. He was a monster for his day. Man, Marc-Andre Fleury is going to have this tape. He just stoned Beliveau in front. A lot of penalties. You can sort of determine how many penalties are going to be scored. I mean, how many penalties are going to happen based on the settings you can dial in kind of in this game. So I did actually dial in the penalties not to be very many, because the first couple things I simulated were a ton, but there are a ton of penalties in this first period. A couple other things I did, as far as the rules go, just because I got to play God. Dave Perron. I actually brought back the touch icing, which the players have to race for the icing. That's a good thing, I think. I think that has to be. And I also got rid of the trapezoid. It's there. There's no people are allowed to do it. So there's 2 things I fixed there: touch icing, trapezoid. Got rid of them. Don't need them. I want guys to race for the. I want guys to race and go get the puck. I like when goalies leave the trapezoid. I want to race for icings. I want to see hustle. I want to see hits. there was a really funny fight that happened in one of the simulations, so I'm hoping I see one today. Plant is ridiculous. What a save by Plant there. You got to show that again as a highlight.
I need to take another look at that. I thought there was room.
Let's take another look at that, Ray.
I was wrong. I'm glad.
Oh, that was a hit. Oh.
He just took.
I want to see that save again.
We've got a 1-0 hockey game thus far. Off a stick, and that one's stopped. And manages
It's
to
actually
clear
a
this
really
out.
good play by Moore.
Puck sent over to Stastny, and he slides it quickly to Smith. Puck grabbed by Beliveau.
Beliveau ices the puck.
The Golden Knights scoop it up along the boards. On the attack along the boards.
I hope the latency is good. I swear, I am not good at this internet thing yet as far as streaming goes. I want to do more of this. We're going to have a lot of games to stream because I'm going to do this whole tournament. So I want to make sure that, I get better at it. So if I go and you think there's things I can do that are better, let me know. Let me know. I don't watch a lot of streaming games. My son does. Tons of like Pokemon things and stuff like that, but I don't watch enough. So, but I'm enjoying this a lot. I hope you guys are too. I mean, I grew up watching some of these guys. Some of these guys I wished I had seen, and I'm getting to see. Like, I never really saw Doug Harvey play. I know I'm not really seeing it now, but oh, that was a good penalty to take there. Pi Morenz though is just so fast, and you know. I had to talk to a lot of people to create these players. Some of them were already created in EA for the alumni teams, but I felt like I had to tweak them a little bit because some of them weren't strong enough. We'll get into that at some point as to how I did it. Jeffrey off the post. Remember that Jeffrey's son played for the Nashville Predators. I believe. I think I'm right about that. Sometimes, I'm sure if I'm not, you'll let me know. Shot to the floor in front. Oh, I think Fleury got part of that one. Oh, man. The Flower is playing unbelievable here, keeping them in this game. That's what I mean. This is the greatest team maybe to ever play versus the Vegas Knights, who are good, but come on. This is team one. There's over, I just stopped counting at 150 Stanley Cups, I think, that this team has won combined, these players. And it just shows you this sport should be called goalie, Marc-Andre Fleury is keeping them in. I mean, the shot total is ridiculous right now. I love watching the Fleury players get. Harvey had a hell of a shot. Whoa! Man, holy cow. That was ridiculous. Kevin makes me want to holla. That was a nice little play by Plant there. Getting out there ahead of it. Penalties up to the floor. 1-on-3. Doesn't matter. Finds Harvey. I want Harvey to take that shot, man. I want to see Harvey take that shot. 20 seconds to go in the first period. This is incredible, like the amount of what we're seeing right here. I really appreciate those of you watching this. I know I've been put out to Twitter, so it's a small group right now. I just don't know how good it is, so I'm hoping it's going to be half decent. If it is, I'll promote it. The Fleury, we have to think about this for a second. Fleury's made some awesome plays. Oh, that was a hell of a hit. That was a hell of a hit. I like it. Here comes Joliat, Lalonde, and Cournoyer, Yvan Cournoyer never played on the fourth line, as Russ Cohen said, and I like that. Oh, PK. PK's brother, of course, is the backup goalie for the Vegas Knights. That's the end of the first. How about that? Walking down the board, shot. Richard. Pacioretty, Eklund, Marchessault. Some highlights. Always like to see which highlights they pick here. Alright, so let's see what we can do here in the intermission. I know we can do some things here, and I'm wondering if there's any, I know we can go through some of the stats here. Let's look at some stats first of all. Shots, 19-15. The Vegas Knights took more shots than I thought that period. They were much better than you would expect them to do, I thought, in that period. Here's the action tracker. Let's see if we got the games, the goals. I think we get the goals here. This picture of Steve Shutt. You gotta like that, right? See if I can get a goal here. Alright, so I'm gonna figure this out. I gotta figure out how to do this. I know you can watch us to replay somehow, and I'm sorry if I'm not very good at this yet. But I will get better. I know we'll watch some of the replays on these things. I know we can do it. I gotta figure out how to do it exactly. I think at the end we can do a box score and we'll go back and play the highlights. Alright, so let's do that. So let's get back back into this game. Ready? Second period. Le Club de Hockey.
And we are just moments away from the start of period number 2.
Alright, so it's the Belleville Richard Morenz line.
Here we go.
Starting off.
Now underway as the puck drops.
That was a great first period. I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I would. Oh, man, that was a giveaway. Come on, Canadiens. Robinson, I know you guys are like 80 and 70 and some of you dead, but still, you should be able to compete. You should be killing this team.
Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there.
Theodore is a hell of a player.
The half wall with the puck. Quick feed down low. And he elects to play the puck.
Plant never handled the puck that well. Let's just throw that out there, okay? That's the first, like, non-submission. Hi, Moran's in the perfect spot. Come on, Savard. That is not, of course, Denny Savard. That would be Serge Savard, who was the defensive partner of Larry Robinson for many years, forcing me to put Harvey on the second defensive pairing, which is, like, ridiculous. Because Doug Harvey was the best defenseman, maybe outside of Bobby Orr in history. Won a ton of awards for Jacques Lemaire. Loved him as a player. Didn't really ever like him as a coach, for what it's worth. Oh, Lemaire, nice play. Oh, so I got a little tweet from somebody who wanted to do this. I wanted to do a flyover. All right, we can do this. Check this out. Okay, so we're going to do a little flyover because he wanted to see some stuff. See who's on this Canadiens team. Oh, there's Yuppie. Yuppie. All right, so let's go down to the bench here and see who we got here. So, okay, so you got, let me see if we can do this right. So that would be Ken Dryden behind them. There we go. It's better a little bit. Yeah, how do I do this? Height. I'm sorry. I'm really stuck at this. I apologize. I'm working my best here to get this. Okay. All right, so that's Ken Dryden. Joliot, Maurice Richard, Belleville, Morenz, Cormier, Henri Richard, Jeffrey Moore, Lalonde, Lapointe, Savard, Robinson, and Subban. So that's the, that would be, of course, your, and then over here, you know, these are Theodore, Merrill, Miller, of course, is a Buffalo Sabre right now. Perron is blue, and Hala, who's on the Carolina Hurricanes. So there are some players, even though this team's only been in existence for 3 years, there are some players here who are definitely still, who definitely came back to create the greatest Vegas night team of all time. All right, so that was a little fun. I just thought we would do that. We should probably do that in the beginning of games next time, so you guys get the numbers properly. I talked to a professional announcer who might actually come in and do play-by-play for us. Harvey had a hell of a shot, and he scores. That makes sense. I gave Harvey the A because you had to give Harvey the A. That'd be the Montreal Canadiens version of gritty, by the way. I know I'll get killed for that. I just like it. It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun how much I get killed for that. The Canadiens version of gritty. You gotta like the quality that EA puts in this sport. You see that guy walking down the selling beer, like sat down when his goal happened. Pretty amazing. All right, so Lemaire, Shutt, Lafleur, Mantha, and Harvey. Silvio Mantha played ages ago too. He's very, very old. I have to have more stuff together, guys, so I can tell you more about some of these old players when we're playing. I just really have been trying my best just to get this technically ready and get this going. And I've been putting together so many, I've like 500 players I've created so far, so it's kind of crazy. So it's 2-0 Marsh or so. Smith, Plant's killing it in there. Plant had like a ridiculous amount of shutouts in his career. Not to jinx him. We were talking yesterday on the podcast, and Russ said, 72. It was 1 year there was like 70 games or whatever. Plant played all of them. That's how good he was. I mean, Plant even played for the St. Louis Blues in '67 when they went to the Stanley Cup Final as an expansion team. Subban. It'd be something if PK scored. Steve Shutt. Oh, we got another penalty. Carlson, man, you can't take penalties against this Canadiens team. You're asking for it. So far, 133 of you watching. I really appreciate that. You know, I really do. You guys are awesome. I didn't promote this very much as far as Twitter or anything like that, so I hope you're enjoying it. The podcast will be coming up at 1, by the way.
You can't wait to get over the boards to get started again.
They'll want to clear the zone here while they're trying to kill off this penalty.
All right, so far the Canadiens have only scored on one of their power plays. They've had 4 or 5 of them. Hala strips it from Richard. Get out of here. Egan and Hala killing time. Oh, Beliveau took a slash high. Whoa. I thought so. Oh, man. Okay, so it was a slash on Montreal. I don't know. Montreal might not be happy about that. That was pretty crazy. I thought Beliveau took one right before. I think that was a retaliation by Maurice Richard. Maurice Richard's face is hilarious. All right, Cody Glass, a late addition to this team. Added him just because, you know, he's only played, what, 3 NHL games or 4 NHL games now, but he's definitely a hell of a player. Cody Glass, can't wait to watch him play more in the NHL. Oh, buried into the corner. I want to see fights. I mean, there are fights. I saw a fight between the funniest, like Marchessault and like Larry Robinson fought. It's awesome. Yeah, Marchessault got destroyed. You're gonna like that when we get some fights. I ramped up the fighting guys, and I'm trying to put like a fighting, like the guys who are fighters. I'm ramping it up because you know what? It's old time hockey. Let's have some fights. No one gets hurt. It's all digital. That was a hell of a hit by. Was that? Oh, that was Savard. Morenz is a player that I think I really would have liked to watch play more than I did. Fast, tiny, but fast. What's going on here? Man, we have let him play, refs. Come on. Yeah, I think Mantha did step on Stone Stick. I agree with Ray Ferraro. Digitalized. I do. Okay, so what do we have now? Very confusing. 3-on-3. 3 on. Yeah. Wait, 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 for a little bit, and then the Canadiens will get a power play. I think is how it'll work. There's Lalonde. Lalonde has like the record for the most goals, I think, as a Canadian. I tucked his shirt in just for the hell of it. I wanted to make him look different. You know, you can do that. There's an amazing amount of. You know, it's fun. My son who's been sick has been home. I let him help me like design some of the players' pictures and faces from the best we could find them. It's pretty fun. It's good stuff. Good family fun. All right, here we go. Oh, what a save! Man, I'm gonna send that picture of Fleury stoning LaFleur on the one-timer. I gotta send some of these to Marc-Andre Fleury. He would totally appreciate this. What a great guy. That was a bolt. That was a killer hit there. When I get better, I'll do replays and things like that, and we'll have some fun with it. There's more. Oh, out of the box. Carlson. You got a guy. This is still, though, let's note this. Marc-Andre Fleury still has kept them in this game. It's 2-0 halfway through. We are like, Moore was so sneaky. Sneaky good. Oh, miscommunication between Harvey and Plante, who haven't even played together in 70-some years. But still, they, man. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I really do. I hope the latency doesn't suck. I'm directly hardwired in, so I hope it's doing pretty good there. Because I can see sometimes it is messed up a little bit, but hopefully it gets better. Robinson just wasted Pacioretty. All right, Savard, Cournoyer. Cournoyer was so. It's so funny. He was bald, and it's hilarious. What a move by Cournoyer. What a goal. Look out. That is vintage Yvon Cournoyer. I'm going to try to replay this one if I can. Okay, guys? Let's see. I know they're going to show it here, but I want to see. Look at this move. Oh, sweet. Hold on. Let's do this real quick. Instant replay. So if I can figure this out, I want to go backwards. I got this. I know how to do this. That's a different angle. Okay, here we go. Let's go for this angle here. Let's take that angle. All right, so we're going to toggle back. What I like about this, all right, so Cornwall gets it. Cornwall has the puck all the way back here. Let's see if we can follow him. Come on, Ek, get it together. Let's see. I can zoom in. All right, I can do this. Oh, I can change the cameras with this, maybe. Okay, let's take the reverse angle here. Okay, so Cornwall is here. Boom. All right. All right. I should be better at this. I'm so sorry. Not letting me zoom in. All right. Well, let's just watch it. Cornwall has got the puck up top there. So he has the puck the entire time. Brings it on in. This move right here. Just totally both causing these two guys to collide. Cornwall shoots in the middle. And then what a nice little shot up top. Forget about it. I'll get better at this. Sorry, guys. Let's get back to the game.
That means he can't see the puck.
Montreal's performance has to have their coach smiling down the
All right.
bench, Ray. What are you seeing?
I guess he smiled a little bit. Coaches never relax, but how could he not be pleased with this? They're running a shutout, and they're running up the score at the other end.
Oh, okay. So now it's only 3-0 halfway through the game, and I want to say that if
Here's the pass.
Vegas can get a goal here, look at how Pacioretty by himself. That was a nice little hold up there.
Through center along the wing.
Not sure who made that play. That was a pretty nice one, indeed.
Moves it to Lambert. Takes the shot. Big time
Lambert.
And the parade to the penalty box will continue as play is called.
So by the way, so like it's, they only have so many names that the announcers can say. So I tried to get as close as I could. It's Lambert, so it's not Lambert. So anyway, I'm gonna get rid of some of those, but you have to have some names. So I thought, okay, he's Lambert, Jacques Lambert. Another power play here. Shut down. Nice. I'm loving this now. I'm starting to get into him. I'm starting to get into a groove. Becoming a little bit more of a YouTuber. Even though it's on Twitch, not on YouTube, I will figure out how to do that too. I'll get it all down. I'll get this together. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun. And I love creating these teams. And I love watching old-time hockey with old players playing against new players. I hope you guys too. I hope you guys do as well. That's why Miller's got that big contract with the Sabres. He can shut down Steve Shutt.
Montreal's got a hold of it against the wall. Carries it in.
Shutt was a killer. Oh, what a move by Shutt. Shutt was a killer player. You know,
He's able to move the puck across.
Shutt number 22. I always think of Bossy and Shutt, even though they were part. I always think of them as like both of them just had ridiculous eyes for the net. Both were just ridiculous scorers. Both were number 22, of course. Oh man, what a hit! Lemaire, just such a smart player, of course. Also, not as smart a coach, but a good. Okay, I'll take Jacques Lemaire. I'll take him any day of the week. He's, it's hard to. I mean, he's got a lot more Stanley Cup rings than I'll ever have.
And it's a quick pass to Savard.
I'll probably get 3 most at the tops. Tops, I think 3 maybe. Oh boy. Oh, what a hit by Tuck. I like Alex Tuck a lot, man. That's why Alex Tuck is a good player. Plant is just pretty much flawless in there right now. You got to be like, if you're Vegas, you're thinking, we got to stop the Canadiens, the Flying Frenchman, and then we got to score on Jacques Plant. Well, that's why they have all the Stanley Cups. That's why they are the Montreal Canadiens, right? I'll figure out this latency thing too, guys. Hopefully it's, I'm going to switch it back a little bit, actually. I'm getting some issues over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for 1 second and switch to latency and see if I can make this any better. So I don't know if it's going to disappear for a second, but just hang on, okay? All right, let's see if that helps at all. I'm going to adjust the bit rate. All of this is a work in progress. This is game one of many games. There's going to be 15 games in the first round. And then, so there's going to be like 31 games altogether. 6 minutes to go in the second. We are looking at the Canadiens up 3-0. But here's Eklund going around Morenz. But the Vegas Golden Knights are just quickly could be back in this thing at any point here. That would be offsides. I don't see many offsides. I did tweak, like I said, if it was just joining. I did tweak so you could actually so we'll have fights. I tweaked so that we'd have more. I wanted just more. I wanted the referees to let him play. You know. Oh, what a hit! As I was doing it, I'm thinking to myself, how much fun would it be to actually tweak the referees on have like a bar? Ah, there's a goal. That would be PK Subban. PK Subban, check that out. That's not bad. PK right in the high slot. Representing the 21st century. PK Subban. Look at that stick bend. I love this in super slow-mo stuff. Awesome. Fleury's doing everything he can, but let's face it. The Knights are up against this. I told my wife my biggest fear would be if the Knights won this game. And then I'm like, oh, what did you do? You simulate all these players and the Vegas Golden Knights defeat the best group of players probably ever put together. We'll see. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Oh, that was a hell of a save. Man, Moore has been snake bit. Fleury's has Moore's number, which would be number 44, even though it wasn't, because it should be number 4. Like I said, the Canadiens had like 10 guys with the number 4. My favorite goal so far, though, has been Cournoyer's for sure. I mean, the shots are starting to get a little ridiculous here, I have to say. By the way, if you're watching, Chris Stewart, $750,000 signed to the Flyers. I like that move a lot. We'll talk about that more on the podcast today for sure. Oh, nice defensive play. Holla, he's alone. Come on. You got to start shooting, guys. You got to kick. Oh, that's a penalty. Yeah. See, there's too many penalties again. I got to tweak that back even more, maybe? Or is it just that, we're looking at a situation where the Knights are having to take penalties to keep up with basically the Hall of Fame. Every player on this Canadiens team's in the Hall of Fame except for PK Subban, right? I think. It's a good question, actually. I would guess. A lot of debate about whether I should play Ken Dryden. Like the goalie situation, obviously with Montreal, Ken Dryden, Jacques Plante. Not to mention, of course, Patrick Waugh and Carey Price. I had to go with Plante and Dryden because, Dryden won 6 Stanley Cups. There's Jean Beliveau. What a beautiful feed from Larry Robinson. Talk about eras. Robinson to Beliveau. How about that guy in the front? Yeah, what a feed. That was a beautiful feed. No questions asked. That's the way to do it. Play your guitar on your MTV. Yeah, I think McNabb was just swinging wildly at at Robinson there. Yeah, nothing you can do, man. You're facing Beliveau face first. They've kicked in now. No, and it's funny because I played a lot of games of these, and this is starting to turn into a blowout. But I'm telling you, in every game I played, Vegas scored at least 2 goals. I just simulated like 3 times. So getting back to my goalie concept: Plante, Dryden, Waugh, and let's not and Carey Price, not to mention others too. Vezina, George Vezina is Canadian. Man, the referees are not being kind to Vegas. That was a weak penalty. So you got all those goalies, right? To me, Patrick Waugh, although it was fantastic, won as a rookie, obviously. So did Dryden, won Stanley Cups as rookies. Waugh only won twice in Montreal, only twice. But you're talking about a Canadian team with, like, if you don't have 5 Stanley Cups, you have a few. So that, to me, that was sort of the thing. And then, of course, we will see Patrick Waugh in this tournament because he will be the goalie for the Colorado Avalanche, no questions asked. Where he was strong, he also kind of had, like, an unhappy ending in Montreal, so to speak, which is, from what I understand, not usually the way it works in Montreal. Sorry, kids. That was definitely a trip. Usually get a happy ending. Anyway, all right, so moving on. So I decided to go with those 2 goalies, and I thought that it was best to actually go with Plante in Game 1. The guys voted, and it was close, Dryden, Plante. Just because I really wanted to see him without a mask. That was cool. And they're both great. I mean, obviously. I had to create Dryden, though. Plante was already created in this game by the Plante, part of the EA NHL 20 thing. Wow, that's a scary play, Jacques. So 1 minute to go here. He's alone. Fleury, though. I'm telling you, like, you can't. I don't think anyone would blame Marc-Andre Fleury for this loss. It'll be interesting to see who Montreal faces next, but and I'm going to bring up the next game for you guys too to tell you who the next game's going to be, and hopefully it'll be tomorrow. My goal is to do this. If you guys like it, around noon, like as kind of a lead into the podcast every day. Of course, things change. I'm a one-man show, so if there's breaking rumors or stuff like that, I'm always going to take priority on rumors, of course. If I get something during this, I'll stop talking and shut up, and I'll just take phone calls and fill you in if I get any rumors during the show. But I figured today was a pretty safe day to start this. I wanted to start yesterday, truth be told, on Thanksgiving, but I couldn't get it together because of the technology stuff. All right, that's the end of period 2. There's Jacques. Nothing John Merrill could do. That was a hell of a period by Montreal. I mean, Harvey right along the ice. No one's going to stop that. He's a cannon. And Doug Harvey was just ridiculous. I love this pass by Robinson right here. Boom. You can't beat it. All right, so we are after 2. All right, so let's get back. Let's see what we got. Shots. The Canadiens, they took over that period, kids. That shots in the first period were very different. Let's see some team stats for Montreal for a second. Then we're going to get right back in. So yes, these are times on ice. So far, points wise, looks like Robinson's leading the way with 2. A lot of goals, all separate goal scorers in this game. Hits, Robinson's leading the way with 3, maybe. Is this sorting? Oh, sort. I guess sort like this. Boom. Hits, Robinson. Points, Robinson in the point. Shots on goal. Oh, that's short in a goal, sorry. I apologize. Shots on goal. Like, there's no shots on goal. 6 for Steve Shutt. Lemaire, the floor. Moore's had a great game. All right, let's get back to it, guys, because we have the podcast in 15 minutes. All right, so we're going to start up here. Period 3. I'm going to learn a lot more, like I said, and we'll do some great highlights and stuff like that. We'll have some fun with all this, I promise. All right. Yeah, shots in that period were very one-sided. Remember, the shots were only like 3 apart after the first period, so I don't think Vegas had more than like 3 shots in that second period. Very one-sided. I'm a big Holla fan, you know. I liked him. Oh, Beliveau. Ooh, a little fight. Come on, let's go. Schmidt and Beliveau. Let's see it. I might increase a little bit. I might go a little bit faster just to get, because we're running out of time here. But and that would be just by, like, you know, what I can do is I can during stoppages, I can go through the by pressing A, I can go right to the next face-off. Just that kind of stuff. Because we're 45 minutes in here. I wasn't sure how long this would take. But thanks, 118 of you guys are watching, and a lot of you guys have watched the entire time. I really appreciate that. I definitely welcome your comments. I want to make this something fun. I want to make this something interesting.
Vegas has it near the wall. And a heads-up kick pass over to his teammate. Pacioretty's got it in the offensive end.
Pacioretty is a great player. Loved him since he was in college. Was really happy when the Canadiens got him. Remember that the Canadiens, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I'll tell you that, you know, there's basically 4 teams that I follow in the NHL as a fan at this point. Penalty. Another power play for the Canadiens. Jeez. So, I don't know if I can fast forward through this at all. Interesting. Trying to, but. All right. So, anyway, of course, grew up a Flyers fan. That's well known. But as a kid, I also Harvey. That's where he scored the last goal. Then, you know, also every summer we'd go to Montreal. I mean, when I was a kid, Montreal was. I mean, I wanted to live in Montreal. I applied to McGill University. I got in. I couldn't go because of stuff, family stuff. But I love Montreal. Absolutely loved it. And so the Canadiens were my other team as a kid. So the Flyers Canadiens met in 76 for the Stanley Cup. Then my wife, at the time my fiance, ended up moving to San Jose for work. For her job she got. Nice save. And this is when the Sharks were just coming into the league, and I kind of fell in love with watching the Sharks. This is Teemu Selanne and everything. They were fun team. So I still follow the Sharks, and but then of course, many of you do know I'm a huge Nashville Predators guy too. Mainly because I just love the organization, and I love everything about the people. When they were in danger of losing their team, I went down there for the drive. There's Harvey again. Ticket drive, and it means so much to me to see how. Oh, forget about it. Harvey again. That was just a hell of a one-timer. Richard Moore. Can't beat that, man. You're not going to stop that. All right, so I went to Vegas for the ticket drive. Loved it. Great time, and just fell in love with the city in general. Fell in love with everything. It's just an amazing place to see a hockey game. So I still follow the Predators a lot, and I pull for them. I root for them big time. So I think if I was to put my order of teams, they're pulling Fleury. Nice. Oh man, Fleury has been pulled. In comes Subban. Look out. Why not? It's a good move. I didn't know the computer would do that. I like that. Hats off to you guys at EA. All right. So yeah, so for me now, it's a combination of the Flyers and Predators mostly. And I always went, man, did you see the Rocket there? Rocket Richard just absolutely waste him. Oh my God, that's awesome. All right. Let's see. Oh man, at some point, you just want the Vegas Knights to get a goal here, right? They should score. I'm telling you, I did simulations and they scored in every one. If they don't score in this one, I'll feel pretty bad. This is the only one I ran simulations for with these two teams, just because I wanted to see, you know, I was tweaking. You can tweak all the different rules as far as, like, you know, you can tweak so many different things. That was a hell of a save by Subban. Let's just throw it off there. He's throwing Jeffrey on. Oh. Oh. Montreal just has Vegas completely racing. Vegas looks very tired. Perron. Oh, come on. I'm pulling for them to get a goal here. Moore is just getting fancy. You would never see Moore do that in real life, by the way. That was not something. Oh, look at this, a breakaway. Plant makes it look easy. What's unrealistic about that? Well, it's maybe partially that Hollow's on a breakaway. But, oof, that was a wasted shot. The more unrealistic thing is Plant, Plant playing the butterfly, okay? Because there's a way, the one thing they didn't do in EA, even though they put the old guys in there, they should put a stand-up, like, style, more of a stand-up style, which they haven't done. I got 6 minutes before podcast goes, so this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to be in here first, and then we'll be jumping on the podcast as fast as I can. Let's get to tell those guys.
Here's another power play for them, James. They've already scored on the power play tonight, so they must have some pretty good feel.
All right, so let's see. Let's get a, this is another power play from Montreal. Plant also would never handle the puck like that, of course, because that was not something that people did in that day and age. But yeah, I wish there was a stand-up thing for goalies. There are different kinds of goalie saves you can do when you create the players, but they're not. None of them are just like pads together type. That was what Plant and Perrant and those guys played. I mean, they weren't standing, with their legs wide open in a butterfly. It just wasn't invented yet. All right, shut. Smith. Oh, man, Plant. Killer. Another killer save by Plant. Just ridiculous. You really just have to, hats off, There's 11 to go. Montreal has taken it to him. Okay, so another thing I did here. Obviously, so when I was looking at the way they created players for EA, they, the skating, the speed wasn't there. Like if you were playing this alumni team versus this Vegas, and then, and that's kind of fair because, oh, what a save, man! Plant is just ridiculous. So the speed wasn't there for the Canadiens. I mean, this Canadian team for their era was ridiculous. They were, and Vegas, granted, maybe the fastest team in the NHL right now, at least plays the fastest. But just like Montreal, the Flying Frenchmen, that's what they were. Okay, so I took errors into account. I adjusted their speed based on the era they played. So these were some of the fastest players in the game at their time. They're making the fastest player in the game and now. So the other thing I did was the size thing, which is kind of interesting, I thought, because, okay, I've had this discussion with Kevin Allen before. Gordie Howe, huge player, big guy at his first time. Maurice Richard, big. These are big. Rocky Richard, big guys for their time, but only 6'1". We often talk about Gordie Howe, who looked like he towered over everybody when he played, was actually almost the exact same size and playing weight of Peter Forsberg in his time. Okay, so that is due for a lot of reasons, but when you think about it, he was one of the biggest guys in his time, so there's obviously, nutrition, all that stuff comes into play. So for every decade that a guy played in the past, for every 2 decades for a guy played in the past, I added an inch to their height, just to give him, to say, okay, he would have grown up a little bit, he would have grown up eating, instead of fluffernutter sandwiches, he would have had some fruit once in a while, maybe. Because that was the style at the time. So, instead of eating fluffer nutter sandwiches and Cokes, he would have had, a milk and some edamames. Believe me, Gordie Howe never had an edamame in his life. Oh, good save. Also, Malcolm Subban's been impressive. Not that this team will play again in this tournament probably, but he's been good. So anyway, so I did adjust for height. And you'll see, when you look at guys like Beliveau, and these guys were big for their time, what's his name? We're just talking about Harvey, He was a big guy for his time, but not too big. So he's I made him big. I made these guys the size based on the eras they played. I figured they would have grown a little bit better. I did give them wooden sticks, though. I did do that. So, we could see some things there. So we only have 7 minutes to go here. Will they get a goal? Will Vegas get a goal? Looking at 6-0 Montreal right now. But yeah, Plant's just ridiculous. So one of the things that's really tempting to do at the end of all this, and I might do this if you guys want to. Oh, Subban's been amazing. Subban stoned LaFleur. Wouldn't it be fun if we had all this together and then actually simulated the entire season out to see who would have like led with stats and stuff like that? I think that'd be fun. So we might do that. We might do that as this plays out. We'll see.
Play resumes as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Beautiful glove stop on that one.
So I gotta tell these guys that podcast I'm running behind because there's still a few minutes to go. Still.
Montreal showing no signs of slowing down here in this third period, up big time. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. Pacioretty's taken down to the ice. We got a penalty coming up. And the
Come on, stop calling penalties, guys. We gotta finish this game. All right, we got the podcast. So I'm going toothless. You know, I don't know if you guys see. I lost a tooth up here. I was like Zeg did playing hockey, but actually I tripped and banged my head on the banister. That was kind of cool. So yeah. So my wife's like, yeah, you're a hockey player. Actually, no, my wife hates it. My wife's a dental family. She hates it. Believe me, hates it. Hates it like you couldn't imagine. All right, so we got 6 minutes to go here. The podcast pre-show will be starting in a few minutes, so we got a couple of things you can watch at the same time here. If you're, it's 1 o'clock right now, so I do apologize. I didn't time this well for the podcast people, but you know, I'm doing my best here. A lot going on, man. I'm gonna give you guys the next game too. Oh, there's another save. Penalty on. Oh, come on, refs, jeez. All right, so let me tell you who's going here in the next game.
Really? Yeah, you get a little bit behind or you get a little bit frustrated and the slash is the one.
Or is that the Ferraro temper?
No, it's, yes.
Ray. All right, so the next game we got going, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's going to be good. I believe.
Huge steal in his own end. Stone's got it across the line. To his teammate. What a steal in his own end.
Ah, man. Come on, Vegas, get a goal. That was Harvey going for the hat there.
Slides the puck over. Steps into it. That goes wide.
Let's see if I can find this here. All right, so. Here we go. All right, so the games are. The next one might be Detroit, Florida.
The Canadiens are in the home stretch of this one, leading big time in the third.
Or we could be looking at. Here's a good one for you guys. Winnipeg versus Toronto. Be a good one. And the Jets will be the Jets. A Jet's a Jet, so you die, or whatever the question is. No, the Jets will have actually, the way I'm doing Winnipeg, which I think was necessary to do, is I think if you played in a city, I don't think like Teemu Selanne and, for example, I'm trying to think of Dale Howardchuk, they're not, these guys aren't, let's just deal, they're not Arizona Coyotes. You know, they played in Winnipeg, they play for the Jets, even though the franchise is the same. So Winnipeg gets all of Winnipeg. They get both Winnipeg teams. So they'll have Howardchuk and Selanne, and so they'll be a good team. So the Jets and the we have Panthers and Red Wings, Jets, Leafs, and Canucks Kings. I think it is Canucks Kings, maybe. Might be it. Kings Canucks. Yeah. Man, another power play. There's just too many penalties. I'm gonna have to tweak this back again because the penalties in this game have been ridiculous. I don't know, the referees. This feels like, you know, the early season game, like where the refs are calling everything. I gotta stop that. That's not cool.
Another power play opportunity coming up here.
They've been successful on the power play already, James. So now
2 minutes to go.
Do not relax.
It does appear like the second-seeded Montreal Canadiens will continue on. Face the second lowest seed. I'm doing a reseeding every time, so it's going to be highest seed versus Lowest seed each time. I can't. Blonde's just crazy. Blonde's been amazing. Now Vegas isn't exactly loaded with snipers, but they, you still would have expected something. Can he keep this down with a minute to go? Lemaire Schutt should just dump it in, but nope, he's going to carry it. 3-on-2. Subban has been really good. Let's just face it. I mean, another power play. Good Lord, refs, come on. You're going to give Montreal a 2-man advantage with 50 seconds left. Yeah, this is Vegas is not going to be happy about this. Not that Vegas have ever had issues before with penalties in big games being called against them. So this will be a new experience. If Malkin can hold the Malkin, I don't know why he would give that puck away. Hold the puck, man. Hold the puck. Malkin Subban has been ridiculous in this game, I mean, not that you would ever question starting Fleury, but Malkin Subban has been, I don't think he's given up a goal yet, right? 35 seconds. He's just been crazy. He's been amazing. I mean, look at... What now? Come on. Seriously. Refs, come on, I got a podcast to do. 28 seconds to go here. All right, I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to get out of here pretty quickly at the end. I'm going to do some highlights, of course. I'm going to do a little highlight package of the goals, but for everybody. But I can't tell you how much I just... Malkin Subban has been crazy. 15 seconds. Malkin has just he has stoned the Canadiens. Like no one's business. This should be 10-0 at this point. Again, Malkin gives up nothing. Are we seriously going to call a penalty with 3 minutes to go? 3 seconds to go. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to tweak back the penalties so we don't have nearly as many called. I did tweak them back pretty far, though. But I'm going to tweak them back even more. Yeah, so because these are way too many stoppages. This game's 62 minutes long. It shouldn't be that long at all. Okay, so I appreciate you guys hanging out. It's going to be a work in progress, like I said. I love this. I'm having such a blast. I hope you guys are as well. I really do. I really do. And there you have it. The Canadiens take it 6-0. And let's try to, Jacques Plante with the shutout. Not his first in his career, that's for sure. Not his first win. But he was really good. I mean, better than good in this game. And there you have the Canadiens doing something they never would have done. And there's the Canadiens version of gritty. PK Subban. All right, so let's check this out. All right, so coming back here. All right, so let's look at this here. Let's look at the stars of the game here. Let's take a picture of this. Jacques Plante from Jacques Plante, #1 star. I'll take that. I think so. 31 saves. Here we go. Let's take a picture of this. This is pretty good. All right, so I'm going to jump over in the podcast pretty soon here and take a photo of this. Sorry. All right, stars of the game. Boom. Let's see if I can get the actual game stats. All right, box score, summary goals. All right, I figured that. All right, here's how I do this. Okay. All right, so let's see. Goals. All right, so here's the goals of the first period. Boom. Take this here. There you have it. Taking a picture of that. I know there's a better way to do this. I'm doing it, but I'm taking pictures of him. That's all 6 goals, right? Right? Is that all 6 goals? Yeah. All right. Summary. All right. So here's the shots on goal. Whoa. Shots were pretty crazy. Look at the shots on goal in this game. 65-31. I just want to throw out there that PK Subban was, Malcolm Subban was ridiculous in this game. Okay, ridiculous. Okay, so here's all the penalties. The penalties were just stupid. I mean, let's just admit it. Way too many penalties. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'll fix that. All Let's see if I can get an action tracker. So it's going to show me some highlights? I think it will. Say, hold on. Alright. I like these kind of things. Alright. Man, I want to make a highlight package. I know there's a way of doing this. Let's go to some of the goals here. Goals. Alright, first period. Let's do the highlights. Okay, we'll do the highlights, then I'll be able to... Alright, highlight. Goal number 1. That was the Steve Shutt deflection there. Alright, second period. It was 1-0 after 1, but second period now. Belleville. But that was the beautiful goal. That was a beautiful pass by Robinson. Then led to PK Subban. His goal is directly in front here. Boom. There's PK right there. Okay, nice goal. Yvonne Cornway, this was the goal of the game in my opinion. That was crazy. I love that goal. I'll take a quick video of this. I know there's better ways to do this, but I'm going to do this way so people can see it. Okay, so let's see if I can do this again. Yvonne Cornway's goal. Alright. That was something that was impressive. Alright. I like that goal. That was a great goal. Harvey's goal. This is straight up slap shot. Doug Harvey. Bam. Okay. And then the third period. There you have it. Alright. It was a lot of fun, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to do more of these for sure. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. And enjoy the Hockey Buzzcast now. Let's hop over to YouTube or I guess the other link below this, and where they're already going, and I will be jumping on now.